Well, Virgil, having fought so hard to get back to 2-2, just how disappointing is it to come away with nothing in the end?
Very disappointed. Yeah, last minute of the game, very tough to take. But like you said, we worked very hard second half, especially to get back in the game. And obviously at times we were open as well, obviously on the counter, because we're trying to push for the winner. But yeah, to concede that late is very disappointing.
You look to be venting frustrations with the officials at the end there. What was being said?
But obviously, what I felt on that pitch was that was clearly blocked. But obviously, the ref and the VAR don't give it, and that's something we didn't have to accept. But in my opinion, I was blocked. But listen, I can stand here and say, should it not be given, but it is given, and it is what it is.
I suppose whilst there was a huge positive that you did manage to come back to 2-2, ultimately, I suppose you'll reflect that you gave yourselves too much to do at 2-0 down. How do you make sense of that 7 minutes where Bournemouth went 2 ahead?
Well, the first goal, I think it was a difficult ball to judge during the circumstances. The wind was very tricky. I think you saw it, especially when we played long balls on their side, and it was very difficult to judge. So to concede that one is obviously it's not an issue, but obviously it doesn't, because I think we controlled the game quite well before that. And then obviously when we were with 10 men, you can argue that you have to maybe kick the ball out or not. But yeah, to concede that 2 goals in short period is obviously not good at all. But I think the goal I scored before half-time was very important in terms of getting that momentum and the feeling for the second half back. And I think we showed the second half. We worked so hard to get back into the game with a great free kick. I think we had some good opportunities as well. But in the end, the throw-in that cost us.
You mentioned there perhaps the indecision as to whether or not Alisson should have kicked the ball out when Joe Gomez was injured.
It's not an Alisson. I think as a team maybe. Well, obviously after a game or after a moment like that, it's easy to say, oh yeah, you should have done this or that. So
where do you feel perhaps responsibility should lie? Is it from your manager? Is it as a team you should be communicating more amongst yourselves?
It is just a very split second. I think now it's easy to discuss this and say you should have done this and that, and I know that's what will happen. But we decided to keep the ball because we had the possession, and eventually they had it, and obviously a good ball from them in behind, and unfortunately for us, the goal we conceded.
Having got back into the game, so many of those teams directly below you trying to get a Champions League place play tomorrow. Does it feel like missed opportunity?
Losing never feels good, and especially as a Liverpool player. And I think this season we're trying to find consistency. We had a fantastic performance midweek, and we were trying to do that today as well. Very demanding game, of course, under the circumstances, the intensity that obviously Bournemouth bring anyway. So, yeah, it's a tough one to take. But Wednesday will be another game, and we go home now and focus on that one.
I suppose it's been a week, hasn't it, where the pendulum has swung so much with the disappointment after Burnley. You mentioned there the highs of Marseille and then disappointment here today. Is it testing you as a group, that sort of togetherness, keeping in the right direction?
Well, I don't think there's any question about our togetherness, but the consistency that we're looking for, that's something still need to be found, and that's the reality. I think there was a lot of praise of our performances and a lot of individual praises, and we know how it works. And 3 days later, you lose a game like we did today, and then the other side of the world comes out. So that's something we have to deal with. But we want to perform, we want to win games, and today it didn't happen, unfortunately.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, just confirming what we thought there, Michael. He felt like he was blocked, but he's quite reflective and he said they did well to get back into it and it wasn't given, so they've just got to move on from it.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm not sure a block. Was there a little left arm shove or just almost a shoulder bargey shove? Listen, I want Liverpool to win the game. I'll find any reason to try to rule that one out. However, I have to agree with Tim. If that was the other way around, I'd be absolutely livid if a foul was given against Liverpool for that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough there to give a foul. And I think, of course, there's frustration, and you will always look to a reason why it shouldn't have been given. And I think Liverpool are trying to do that. There was contact, there was a little shove. Was it enough? I don't think so. It was a frustrating game, and I think that Liverpool have got to blame themselves from the first half's point of view. To go 2-0 down and it's a mental thing with Liverpool. They've shown that they can do it. They've shown they can get back in the game. They've shown that they've got the energy and the skill and the appetite and everything else. Why would it take you sort of 46, 47 minutes to show any form of fight when you're 2-0 down? So that's the frustrating thing that I'll take out of this game.
Michael, it's very easy to manage the game in hindsight, but I was so surprised when Ekitike wasn't starting the game. I think he's been in good form, but not only that, I think he sets the press off for him. He gets to the defenders. They've got good players. Unless he can use that ball, it's like leaving a quarterback without no pressure on him. He can find a pass. And that's exactly what he did for the first goal. He had a world of space out there. I am so surprised, not only for his attacking prowess, but the way he triggers the press Ekitike, that he wasn't starting. And like I say, it's very easy in hindsight to manage any. I've never lost a game in hindsight, but I would just say it was a massive surprise. And we said it before the game that why is this boy not playing? You know, it worked so well against Marseille with Mo Salah and Ekitike, and he leaves him out today for Gakpo. I was surprised, not only on the attacking side, but obviously what he gives them without the ball.
I think he's become so important now. And obviously he was coming back from injury. So he was injured, he came back, and then they played him a little bit too much, probably, in hindsight, and he had a hamstring injury. Then they've brought him back again, and he's played 80-odd minutes, 79 minutes, I think it was, against Marseille. They're probably thinking, so start him again. I mean, I don't know what you'd do as a manager. Do you start him and just play him an hour? Do you manage his minutes in a certain way? Because he is that important. And obviously with Isak being out for the season basically now, you know, they're probably trying to wrap.
Well, the managers probably thought they could have done without him today and won the game without him, because Cody Gakpo's at Bournemouth, he's wearing the armband, he's the captain of the side, he's the best player, he plays every single week. So there's still quality, and they should have won the game, irrespective of who the personnel was. But I just think, like I say, easy in hindsight, but I would have certainly... He's playing well at the moment. I would have talked to the player. Perhaps he would have said to the manager, which we don't know, I need a rest. If you need a rest and you're listening to the player and you don't overrule him...
Have you ever heard of any player go up?
Never. Never. I've had it before, yeah.
Someone's
not when I played.
I think I'd need a rest.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't
Imagine saying
believe
that to
me.
Tim, what Tim would
believe
say
me, they
there.
got a long rest. Long one.
But the thing for Liverpool is
too right.
they can't really afford to rest him because he's in such good form. And we saw the table before. Manchester United are just a point behind them now. In the race for Champions League football, Liverpool aren't having a good season.
No.
They can't afford to rest them for any game. Bournemouth away being another, they can't.
No, I make you right. I think Xabi Alonso is getting stretched off as we speak. You know, be stretching his hamstrings to be ready for the every hold on. This might be this, because this carries on. It cannot. I don't think Liverpool will sack. I don't think they sack managers who win the Premier League. I'm not saying they should, but the pressure's on this man now. It really is. I feel I've seen his interviews over the last month or so. He's been prickly, even though the results have been picked up. You know, and he's dealt with the Mo Salah thing very, very well. Mo's come back now. He's put him in the side. He was very poor today. Let's have it right. Mo Salah was poor. If he was going to make a change, maybe Mo might have to come off the pitch. But he's the manager. He makes him tough calls. He's made it today, and he's got it wrong, you'd have to say. And now the pressure is going to be mounting on him because there's someone on the market called Xabi Alonso who he's done brilliant in Germany. It didn't work out for him in Real Madrid because he couldn't manage downwards, because the prima donnas there at Real Madrid have got him the sack, and he's out the door. Unfortunately for him, he wants to come back to Liverpool. If you offered him a job now in the whole world of football, he would say, I want to go to Liverpool Football Club. If the manager continues to struggle, then there might be a decision to be made. But I don't think it's going to happen this season.
Yeah, they have won in the FA Cup. They had a big win in the Champions League in midweek as well. But it is no league victory in 2026. We were discussing just as Bournemouth scored, was it going to be 5 draws in a row for Liverpool? No, it was 4 draws. And then, of course, now a defeat. It's not the start in the league that they needed, given the way that they ended 2025 too.
It's not at all. It's really difficult. I like Arne Slot. I think he speaks well. I think to come in and win the league in the first season is incredible. I think if you'd This is how funny it is. I think if you'd said to every Liverpool fan, once Jurgen Klopp left, Arne Slot is going to come fourth in the league and win it in the next 2 seasons, whichever way round, everybody would have snapped your hands off. That would have been brilliant. You know, after that long reign of Jurgen Klopp, how's it going to go? New players coming in. What's going to happen? You're going to win it 1 year and you're going to qualify for the Champions League the next. You would definitely take it. Now, that's probably what's going to happen. Yet, because he's done it that way round, won it, and now he's struggling, the question marks are there. Big result in midweek. They need to go through in the Champions League, otherwise it's a disastrous season.
Marcos Senesi has been having for Bournemouth, and a brilliant ball for Bournemouth's first goal. It feels like an age ago now. Let's actually focus on the goal that won it for them in the end. Michael, from a Liverpool point of view, the worst way to lose a game, but for Bournemouth, there's not really much better way to win one, is there?
No, and long throws have come back into fashion a little bit this season. You can see how much trouble they give you. It's not often you score direct from one, but if you don't win the first ball as a defensive team and the ball is bouncing around, then it can land anywhere. And of course, Virgil van Dijk will complain that he had a little bit of a shove, and he probably did. It's a little nudge, but I don't think it's a foul. And then after that, it's all a bit frantic, and obviously the ball lands to the wrong person from Liverpool's point of view. Stab into the far corner with the left foot, and all of a sudden, it's all over.
It is, and Andoni Iraola rightfully celebrating. It's been a tough time, as Marcos Senesi spoke about them, but as was also spoken about in the interview, that togetherness, they never gave up, did they?
No, we talked about it at the start. You know, they like last season they sold the whole of their back five. They've lost Semenyo, who's their best player. You never heard a peep out of that man. Just carries on, just gets on with it. Tavernier's injured. You know, Kluivert's injured. They've got a lot more out missing as well. They just crack on. They just play to their style. The man sets them out, well organised, and they believe that they can take on the big boys. They don't always get the results, but today they deserve that, and you saw it with, you know, that energy there. I mean, there's the push. There is. It's 100%. Listen, if you got ruled out, then you wouldn't be surprised. But Liverpool wouldn't want that to be ruled out if they were on the team what was scoring the goal. I think Alisson has to do better, I really do, on the first instant. But he sticks to it. He's had two bites at the cherry there, Adley, and everything went their way. You know, it's not even a clean strike. He just toes it over the top of, and Ekitike, I think, on the line just can't get his knee up high enough to clear it. So it was their day today. It really was. I thought Liverpool fought their way back into it. Like I say, I believe that Bournemouth's worst spell of the game was when they went into the shell at 2-1. It was almost like they were trying to hold on to things, but they're at their best when they're playing on the front foot. And then as soon as it went 2-2 with the free kick from Szoboszlai, which was outstanding, they come again. And they took Liverpool by surprise because Liverpool were trying to win the game as well. It was great viewing for us. But I thought the most likely to score the winner was going to be Bournemouth. And that's exactly how it panned out.